Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, we know for a fact that Chhatrapati Shivaji will play an integral role in the upcoming Maharashtra elections. The collapse of his statue has become a poll plank in the state, where the collapse is being linked to Marathi Asmita. But little did we know that the great Maratha warrior will ignite a Mahasangram of sorts in the national capital as well. What am I talking about? Chhatrapati Shivaji is now at the center of a controversy in Delhi. This after India's premier institute, JNU, said that it is planning to start a center for excellence named after him. What is this going to be? The School of International Studies is planned to launch the Shivaji Center in the upcoming session. The initiative will be supported by Maharashtra government, which by the way is already under fire for the Shivaji statue collapse and seems to be trying to do some damage control with this move ahead of elections. So the Shivaji Center at JNU aims to deepen students' understanding of concepts like Akhand Bharat and Shivaji's struggle for Hindavi Swaraj. The center will also focus on key areas such as Maratha military history, Shivaji's naval strategies and guerrilla warfare. However, the initiative has faced a sharp criticism from the opposition parties, which argue that it serves politically motivated agenda which aligns with the RSS. And I'm being joined at this point by Santishree Dhulipudi, Pandit, who is the Vice Chancellor for JNU. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us. Ma'am, what is the idea behind setting up the Shivaji Center of Excellence? Why Shivaji, why JNU, and why now?
See, please understand that since I took over as Vice Chancellor 2.5 years back, I have been approaching different state governments, including the state governments of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Odisha, Assam, and Maharashtra and Gujarat for different schemes to increase JNU's corpus. And you know, the first state to give us 10 crores is the state of Tamil Nadu for Tamil language, literature, culture studies. And then followed by the state of Karnataka and the state of Odisha, and then Assam on the name of Shankar Deva chair on the studies of Vaishnavism in Northeast India. So the latest chair, this chair was, we approached the Maharashtra government about 2 years back. So let me say, whatever you're trying to politically connect with the present, there is no connection. And it was decided that I have been stressing on Indic perspectives and major alternatives to the study of Indian narratives. And I've been a professor of international relations myself at the Savitribai Phule Pune University. And hence we thought, when we are asking the Maharashtra government, why not a study on the strategies and security thought of Marathas and what made them into literally a pan-national power.
Right, I understand what you're saying, ma'am, but I mean, of course, all of this is also coming during the heat of elections, as it were. There are two criticisms that are coming in, even if you say they are political, yes, from the political side as well. One being that it's been given that the Maharashtra government is a key driver behind this proposal. Is it intended purely with the objective of state polls? That's what some of the political parties have also been raising concerns about.
I think this is being very short-sighted and oversimplification. The money came 1 year back. So it has nothing to do with the polls at that time. So I think just because we needed 1 year to get the interest, see, we can't spend from the corpus. All the state governments that gave, did they give with polls in mind? I don't think so. See, we are an academic institution, and any donation to education should be seen positively. I would rather say we will be happy even if private players, big conglomerates like in America, donate towards education, put up chairs in different Indian universities. And I think JNU is making a beginning in this paradigm shift. where not only the government gives money, but we are also able to raise resources from other sources.
And to the left parties that are saying that it is essentially the RSS agenda that will be peddled through the center, what would you respond to that?
I think that this is also, trivializing the national icon like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is for all, like Mughals are for all. Why, when we were studying other things, why such allegations did not come? Why are we only attacking national icons like Chhatrapati? See, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is not a Maharashtra icon of Maharashtra alone. Do you know the Marathas ruled over Delhi for 30 years? The Scindias. And they went up till Tanjavur. I come from the state of Tamil Nadu. I first learnt about the great Maratha history in the state of Tamil Nadu. Later, when I came to Maharashtra as my Karma Bhumi, then only I realized the even greater greatness. So even in Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu, the Marathas had reached. So why are we not studying a pan-national power who had a naval strategy? Kanoji Angre, as most of you know, was a great naval genius. Do you know they built forts on the Western Indian Ocean that would, come up during low tide and go down during high tides? This was a strategy of deception. And I think these strategies we are very, very relevant to India's security and strategic thought. And we want to build new narratives. If India has to become a major power, when the Chinese do it, the same left do they criticize. Why, when India does it, it becomes, has colors in it.
Right. So, ma'am, then what exactly are we looking at focusing in this center? And to critiques who have pointed out and have questioned possibly what some may say as coincidence that those mentioned by Professor Amitabh Matu are all Hindu rulers, what would your response be?
See, it can, building a narrative is filling up the gaps in history, in geography, in what to say our geopolitics. Any evolving country keeps learning from its lessons of history. If we don't learn from our lessons of history, we are condemned to repeat it. And hence, so that we don't repeat, like 2611, had we learned from Shivaji's strategy, naval strategy, 2611 would not have taken place. So please understand that there is no any agendas. It is purely academic and research. And because JNU is India's premier university that sets narratives and has the best minds and is a national university, it is important that when JNU does it, other universities will also start such centers. And is it not important that all of us study from all parts of the country? I'm also looking to study about Lachit Pukhan from Assam, if we get the funds, and about Rajendra Chola, who, totally colonized the Southeast Asian Indian Ocean and defeated the Chinese and dominated trade relations and also built a model. So it is not just one icon, it is all national icons that we want to bring about.
Right. But would you see all of this entire furor that's coming in is also coming at a time when there's been a lot of debate back and forth on rewriting history, attempts at rewriting history to suit ideology, so on and so forth. And then you have this whole criticism of how possibly, as I mentioned earlier, Professor Matu mentions, all mentioned are Hindu rulers by him, or possibly even this whole angle of a criticism that's coming in about why the focus on Akhand Bharat, as it were. Is it a push on Hindutva ideology? What would you say to all of this?
Akhanda Bharat Shabda predisposes any Hindutva concept. Akhanda means what? United India, resilient India, a India that is a knowledge multiplier, that is a knowledge power. So JNU wants to represent in Vikasit Bharat that knowledge power. And JNU has always led that knowledge multiplier among Indian universities. You know, recently in the QS rankings on subjects, we beat all the fancied institutes like IIM, IITs, and gave India and the Ministry of Education the 20th rank internationally. So that shows JNU has, see, ultimately knowledge power is the power. Knowledge is power. Even if you say power is knowledge. So if India wants to be an emerging power, it has to create its own narratives. China is creating its own narratives. What is wrong if India creates her own narratives? And JNU is trying to help in this knowledge multiplier, where we are trying to look at India as a united, resilient, and a strong country. And please remember, the Indic civilization also moved till Southeast Asia. You have Tamil influences in Malaysia, Singapore, and all other places.
Well, Ms. Santishree, thank you very much for talking to Mirror Now. Of course, this entire center that is coming up is going to be not only caught up in a political furor of elections, but also amid a lot of back and forth debate around narratives and rewriting history. Thank you very much for talking to Mirror Now. Well, that's all we have for you in this bulletin. Thank you very much for joining us.